Alright guys, and welcome back to another part of Kingdom Come Deliverance Hardcore Let's Play. Yeah, we're gonna continue where we've just left off, guys. We found the pen over here, and actually stay on that road, and then afterwards gonna hit up that hill there and see if we can find more in these woods. Because in the last episode we have been pretty lucky, since we have found the Sir Brunswick jacket or something, as well as a lot of belladonna, which we have to make sure that we're gonna save it at a drying rack and then sell it somewhere, right? Hopefully at Tachov. So we're gonna hit the road here a bit. I was just wondering if there was something. And then, well, nothing here, guys, right? I hear a dog. It's very thick. Oh god. No, these are not friendly dogs. I am not gonna compete with them right now. Oh, a deer. Oof, what the hell happened here? Seems like it just got burnt. If a loot which is burning? A smoked chicken. I think this should still be edible, right? Yeah. Wait, what? I'll take everything. Everything we can find here is literally just free money, guys. Why should we leave it behind? I feel like it's a camp or something which can completely burn down, right? Very interesting. So we know now where we are on the map, right? Since we've just found that camp. Yeah, we are literally on the right track. Because I wanted to get to Tachov here in this episode, and yeah, which we now can. First, let's drop some items, and hopefully we can sell these later on. I don't think we'll need the bolts either right now, right? Because we don't have any... you know, we don't have any... some jewelry. Hairpin of bone. Seems like this one has a good amount of value for us, which we can use to sell. Yeah, we'll need to see. Huh. We have made it to Tachov. Beautiful, guys. I think we'll definitely need to wash ourselves after the time here in the woods. Oh, that's where this small creek is coming from, right? It goes all the way this way. Interesting how this small creek really goes into that big creek there. Oh, that's where it's coming from. I'll definitely need to go into these wood parts as well soon. Interesting. Now let's see, is there a drying rack around here? Yeah, there are two over there. So we're gonna shortly deal with this manor first.
Aren't those dice sad? You're just letting them.
Hello.
Careful.
Was this in here? Yeah, no.
What
Has to be in here. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna... Oops. Nope. I'm just trolling right now. Here. I don't think we can... do that. You see how much... I don't know, we just found... Holy fuck, guys.
Greetings to you.
That's a lot. Oh. I don't think we can sell... Or can we sell? Definitely this one I would like to sell. Don't think we need these guys. They are not better or so anyway.
Thank you, and take care.
But let's see if we can sell these goods maybe at the grocer here, like quick, right? Now he's probably working at the garden again, right? Isn't he? Yeah. I feel like he's always doing the same.
What would you like, Fred?
But hey, who am I to say?
Show me.
Well, the trader has literally 0 money, so I don't think we can sell a lot. Oh, that sucks.
Thank you, and
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, for that we would need to go to a trader. But honestly, it doesn't... We don't need to rush it, right? So I think I'm just gonna put them onto the horse for now. Yeah, that's fine. And then since we're here anyway, guys, we can also shortly talk to Mr. Redaway.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down. The whole band.
That's
Indeed.
right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the cart and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
Venser didn't survive the skirmish in Gules' camp. And Franzi, they took him to Semin. He might have been innocent in the whole thing.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. They were only here a while, but that pair was as thick as, well, thieves. And that Franzi could talk his way out from under the executioner's axe.
We'll see. Either way, it's Lord Semin's concern now.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows
But
what
all,
happened
you know,
here?
we have a
So
brigandine
now. It's
now.
yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up,
Across the plate.
and
Wow.
it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semin is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
He has no
Don't
chill.
pretend. A statue of a saint would have his eye on her. Looks ain't everything, though. She's got such a sharp tongue on her. I almost feel sorry for young Semin. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait.
We're trying.
Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born.
And what
Old
does that
Semin
mean?
wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Okay.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses.
Relax,
Can't be
Henry,
any old
relax.
steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel.
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded
That's
steel.
probably
for
the
that
issue,
kind
right?
of sword, do we?
Alright.
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us.
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently.
Recently?
People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings
Chivalric
on.
I heard
orders.
something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia. But you'll have to ask the Truscovitz womenfolk if you want to know more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not?
Honestly,
Come and see Betty from the
Worth it.
Truscovitz tavern. She knows all the gossip.
Okay.
She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry,
yeah, we'll eventually do
if
this.
there's any truth in
But-
that pact with the devil,
Slow. But still.
don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation.
True enough. Okay, so we are Damascus steel, guys. What is this about? Damascus steel, also known as Damask, Damascene or Damask steel, is a high-quality metal alloy produced since the early Middle Ages in Syria, Indonesia, and Central Asia. It was imported into Europe from the Syrian city of Damascus and was used by the Franks, Vikings, and Spaniards. However, the steel was not accessible to everyone as its price was very high. Damascus steel is renowned for its distinctive composition and processing, which creates alternating layers of metal. Each item thus acquire the characteristic patterns known as marbling, which are entirely unique. This unique composition gave the steel exceptional properties, particularly very high hardness and durability compared to ordinary steel. For this reason, the complex and costly production of this steel was strictly guarded as a secret. Some, of course, attempted to replicate it, creating so-called welded false Damascus from lower quality materials which resembled the real thing in appearance but was nowhere near its equal in terms of properties. But there was nothing about the Toledo steel, right? But hey, good to know. Also, guys, we need to repair our two materials right now. Hold up. Probably the shoes. Yeah, I knew it. Classic. And What is this armor, guys? Is this like something... We already have the brigandine, so I think we can sell this. And we want to sell anyway some goods here, right? Like, for example, that one right there. This one I'll just straight sell as well. These ones we're gonna put it our horse. Let's see if we can sell these as well. If not, we tried.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Did you get tired of blacksmithing and take up farming instead? I just happen to know of something. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up then.
Oh god.
You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb.
Hopefully it's
carrot.
just gonna stand in the recipe.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
But it's good, so he just gave us that for free. What?
What's new around here?
I don't know about anything. It's all been quiet here.
Okay, good to know. Let's try to trade this. Hopefully, honestly, I'm also gonna repair our armor here. Right? And eventually we could also buy some recipes. But I need, what was it? Like 190 or 200 groschen for the armor? I mean, it's obviously not armor, but like for the
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right.
the cloth
I'm
for
listening.
stealing these items from Troskowitz.
Do we have a deal?
That sounds really interesting.
Yes, this is no, that will not work, but this will definitely
You'll
work.
convince me with that price.
Okay, so I think
Pleasure
we're
doing business with you.
over 100 groschen above, you know, in what we need anyway, so I'm pretty happy with that. We also have the side quest here. I think in the next episode we're gonna go with and talk to this guy up here, but I think we'll do that afterwards, right? I think I will yeah, shortly put the pieces we found, oops, wrong door, into here, like these ones, because I don't think we need them right now with us, right? We found some very valuable steel, guys. Right? And then also, before I forget, the book. Our first skill book we have just read anyway. And these ones I don't think we need right now as well. So we're still a bit encumbered. Yeah, these ones I would like to sell, but I don't have any option right now, so I'm just gonna put it into the horse right now. Alright, beautiful. So I think I'll shortly have a talk with this guy over here. Because I wonder what's it all about.
I'd like to hear a good story.
Not so fast, young man.
We have talked to him. Did we
Alright.
fail, right?
I could spare a few groschen.
A wise decision, friend. It'll be worth it. You'll see.
Do you swear it?
Upon my honor. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something. Stories with a moral.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. And it's not one you'll hear from any priest. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He
But
searched
why?
the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
I mean, honestly, it depends, right? Because usually my answer would have been in like the morals sense, it would be a good thing what he did. But if you think about like, and I have no clue about the law during this time and how it worked, but you know, in today's Swiss law, for example, if you find something which has not been used for a long time, you are able to keep it. And obviously, if you find such an item, there are criteria which, you know, allows you to keep it, and sometimes you are obviously not allowed to keep it. And you are not allowed to keep it, obviously, if it still, you know, if there is information about the item or something like this. If it's maybe not that old, and you maybe find the owner, or you could find the owner, for example, I don't know, like an iPhone, for example, today. Or on the other hand side, if you find something which is old but has a value to the state. So for example, if you're finding archaeological things like, I don't know, coins or whatever, you are not allowed to keep them. You usually have to bring them to the state you're living in, right? So this is at least the law in here. So this is a short introduction into the law of things here in Switzerland. But I think since we're here in kind of like a moral sense story background, I'm gonna take the first
I
one.
reckon that was the right
Choice.
choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes."
We were right.
Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth. So, he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down a hole to the
Drastic
dark depths, and drowned him.
Kuba.
That's so cruel. I feel sorry for Kuba. Aye, and so did Matthias. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill.
He had to throw off the axe, let me guess.
It wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him
I
down.
knew it.
It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against the big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make
You just have to
dent.
throw it away.
With the last of
Take
his
it back
strength,
later, but
Matthias
whatever.
climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
That was an interesting story.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
What?
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds.
Interesting
But
story.
leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink.
We'll definitely have a look to that one.
Take care, Henry.
Soon enough. Activity started. Find the X from the story. Yeah, we're gonna do this, guys, but not today. I'm pretty much thinking we're gonna end the episode here. And,
Interesting.
can I?
Interesting.
And I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're gonna visit this guy here and hopefully we can find out something about what. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how far we got. Since we're playing hardcore, we're taking our time and you know, it's completely fine. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and thank you for your interest in watching this Let's Play, and I hope you guys are sticking the next episode as well. See ya!